Hi everyone, welcome to UTV Guna and our show, The Roaring Gunners from the City of Joy with Sauradeep from the Arsenal Bengal official supporters group. Hi bro, how are you?
I'm great, man. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. It's been a great weekend for us. Brilliant win on Sunday. Played twice since our last show, Sporting Lisbon on Thursday and then this game against Fulham on Sunday. Let's talk about the Premier League game first. Such a dominant win. Much more comfortable than how last weekend was against Bournemouth. That game was crazy. Heart was racing throughout that game, especially in the second half. But this one was nice, easy. Got that early goal. Got two goals really early in the game, and then just before half time, got the third goal to kill it off and just cruise through the second half. Really happy with that performance. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, absolutely. Perfect game to be honest for us, to just cool down ourselves, to just get our blood flowing properly, not like the previous match against Bournemouth where it was pumping so hard. So yeah, great result for us, 3 points, 3 goals as well. Perfect match for us. I think the way we played, the way we started, I think it was not an easy game to be honest. Fulham at home is it's a tricky fixture. But the way these guys played, the way these boys just, were at the top of them from the very first whistle of the game was outstanding. Still, I think 3-0 scoreline is a bit underwhelming the way we played. I think it should have been 5 or 6 because you could see the chances that we missed. There was, Trossard missed one easy chance. I think Jesus should have scored there, and Xhaka, I think, squandered a big chance as well. So should have maybe it should have been 6-0, but 3-0, 3 points, you can't complain. Yeah, we move on and great performance to be honest. Great performance.
Yeah, you mentioned Trossard there. Outstanding
Three
performance.
assists.
Three
Yeah,
assists.
yeah.
That's really special of him. That he played so well.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's a fantastic player. As you could see that what you can see what that is a that's the beauty of this game, isn't it? We were going for Modric. Modric went for 90 million to Chelsea, and we got Trossard for around 25, 30 million. And if you compare their stats, you will see hell and even difference. And that is a very crucial thing that we got a player in Trossard who's Premier League ready, who didn't take any, adjusting time or, to acclimatize himself to the new league, to the new conditions. And that is the main thing that we have done. We have made some, brilliant decisions in the January transfer window, and we are reaping the fruits of that. I believe this Trossard, Jorginho even was great signing. Kivior even, I think, is still fairly early, but Trossard, you can see what he did: 3 assists, 3 top class assists as well. It's not that the first one was a corner, but the second assist, to get the Martinelli goal, I thought that was he did well there, and even apart from his assists, it was overall play was fantastic and outstanding signing for us, to be honest.
Yeah, and another stat that we saw after Odegaard scored in this game is we now have three
Three,
players that
three,
have
three
got
Arsenal players here, ten
more
or
than
more
10
goals. Yeah,
goals this season. So it's been amazing with team effort, sharing the goals around. It's been brilliant.
absolutely. This has been a season of dreams. I since I've been supporting Arsenal, apart from the 2003-4, probably 7-8 season, I have never been this excited. So yeah, it's the way we are playing. All these young players, Martinelli, Saka, even Trossard is not that young. Jesus, Martin, even Odegaard, all these young players, the way they are playing, the way they are scoring goals, and the overall mentality, resilience, character, everything has been defining, and that is why we are where we are at the moment. And outstanding stats, 3 players, 10 or more goals, still 11 matches to go. I think we can have 4 in that list if Nketiah comes on or Jesus gets into a run in the final few weeks. So yeah, definitely the way we are performing, the way we are getting 3 points every match. So it's now starting to feel that yeah, this is the next 11 or 10 matches are going to be heart wrenching for us. Hopefully we can prevail at the end of the season.
Yeah, mentioning Jesus there, great to have him back. We know what a great player is. He had such a brilliant first half of the season before the World Cup, and then unfortunately got that injury. So great to have him back in there, and our squad depth's looking stronger and stronger. We're seeing Soon and Nketiah will be back. We've seen Reece Nelson do well. and Arteta's got many options.
Gabriel Jesus was, I think the Gabriel Jesus, the way he played, in the Fulham match, he never looked that he was injured that much for that period of time because you could see his movement, the way he was twisting, turning. It looked the old Gabriel Jesus. It was looking like he was playing week in, week out. So that's been outstanding from Gabriel Jesus. I think Arsenal are going to release a documentary of Jesus's, rehabilitation after he got injured, and it's going to be very interesting to see that as well. But yeah, Gabriel Jesus, Eddie and Ketia, all these options that are popping in, and all the great thing about Arteta is that he won't have to dwell on, when to get a player on it if situation arises because every week they're seeing someone is stepping up for us and someone getting the all crucial goal or getting the all important 3 points for us. It was Jorginho at Aston Villa, and it was Reece Nelson and against Bournemouth. I think against United, you could see Eddie and Nketiah scoring that late winner. So someone in this squad is stepping up at the crunch situation and is taking us over the line, which is an outstanding luxury to have for a manager. And Arteta is going to really enjoy that, and he has no shortage of options at the top, in the midfield, the defense as well. You can see Tomiyasu for White. You could see 20 minutes for Tierney in the last match. I think that was a message to Tierney that okay, man, I'm gonna play you. So don't get there've been rumors that Tierney is a bit upset that he's not getting enough game time. So he's trying to manage all the players in his squad so that no one gets grumpy, and he's managing to do that well. And this gets easier when the team is getting positive results. You could see the way we are winning, the way we're top of the league, the way this team is responding to adverse situations. It only makes easy for a manager to when you're managing this crop of players.
Yeah, it's great. It's gonna be important. We know the title running's coming in now. There's gonna be a lot of games. We've got the Europa League. Man City did close the gap before our game. I thought we were very lucky in that game, getting that penalty.
Absolutely.
It was a big mistake by that Palace player, a really clumsy penalty to give away from that short corner, that quick corner that they took. And yeah, but they got the 3 points and they did close the gap down to 2. We responded really well. It's great to see how we're able to respond, whether it's them closing the gap on us or whether them dropping points and us taking advantage of that. We've done that really well through the season and did it again here. Back to 5 points now. 11 games to go. What's your thoughts?
Or Zinchenko, I think he said after the match that we have 11 finals to. So I think that should be the thoughts for every Arsenal fan, and that should be the approach for all the players and the fans as well. Because there are certain aspects of this title race in the final 11 games that we go, because you can see that there will be some tough matches for us. I think we have to go to City. I think we have to go to Anfield as well. So there will be some real test of character for us in the coming 11 matches. But we have to believe, isn't it? Because this bunch of boys, this group of players, they know that as we are this far, we are this close, we really can't afford to let it go, and that will increase the pressure. So it will be a real test of their mettle, because at up to this point, it's 20 games, 25 games, you're top of the table. It's fine. You still somehow you believe that, yeah, people are not taking you that much seriously. People are expecting you to somehow City will topple you. But when it gets to the final 6 or 7 games, and you still have like 5 or 6 points gap, and then it will be the players will get a bit nervous as well. I really hope that it doesn't happen. I really hope that the players will, they will respond even in those situations. But it can get tough. But to be honest, the way I've seen City this season, I know that we're gonna drop points in the next 11 matches. If we get 11 wins, it will be surprising. But what I have seen so far is that City are not, you know, invincible. We have seen that in the season, and I think the point of 11 games, as we are going to drop points as well, and I think City are going to drop points as well. I think the main thing for us is now to think about the Etihad game. So because that will be a 6 pointer. So even if we don't get a win there, because that win is a very improbable thing to get against Man City at Etihad, but we have to make sure that we don't lose the match. Because if we don't lose the match, then it's one game gone, and the gap is still 5. Because everyone expects us to be, to lose at Etihad, and everyone thinks that, 11 games to go, and if you consider the City game, then they consider that 10 games, 2 points. If we can go into 10 games, 5 points by drawing at City, that'll be great for us, and that will be, I think, a real boost for us in the title run. And if we get a victory, man, my goodness, that will be delirium, isn't it? But I just don't want to take this too far. I think the players, the way this bunch of players are approaching, the way these players are talking, even after the match yesterday, sorry, on Sunday, you could see the Trossard and Martinelli interview, and you could see the way they speak, the way they, express their thoughts. You can see a complete different mentality and an installation of different metal in this team. And I'm really confident that we're going to get to the light. I think we're going to win the league. I really believe.
Yeah, bro. Let's hope so. We've handled the pressure so well so far. We had that small little blip against Everton, Brentford,
Yeah.
but when we bounced back from that as well, 5 wins in a row now. So it's looking great for us. Let's talk about the Europa League then now. So way to Sporting Lisbon. Difficult game. They're a decent team, and we did rest some players. Weren't quite a strong team though. We did rest a few, but it was a very strong team. Finished 2-2. What are your thoughts on that one?
I thought, we were poor actually in that game. I don't think we were at our best. I think we were pretty lucky to get a draw out of there, because the second goal that we consider was a very lucky break for us. We started well. I think then we faded a bit. We were losing the ball a bit too much. We are not that much, into the game. I believe, at certain stages, I think we gave away the ball cheaply. The attacking movements were not there. The creativity that there normally is, was missing. But you could see that Odegaard was not playing. You know, pretty other players were coming in as well. You could see QEO playing, Gabriel. I thought QEO first match, you could see that he was a bit jittery there. But it's fine. We got a draw. It was not a loss. So if we get a win at the Emirates that we are expected to win the match, we're gonna go through. So I thought it was a decent result for us to get a 2-2 draw out of that. But all is up now this week. Hopefully we can get a result, or get a positive result, and go through to the next round.
Okay, so it is next up for us, that second leg on Thursday night. From what we saw in the last game, let's say we did go with a very strong team and likely to do the same on Thursday. What's your thoughts on this game and your prediction?
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with a victory for us. Maybe a 2-0 victory or 1-0. I don't know. I think we're gonna go through. I think Arteta is gonna put a similar kind of team again. I think we're gonna see Matt Turner in goal. Maybe the likes of QEO playing, Cheney playing, Jorginho. I can name at least 2 or 3 players who will be starting, like QEO, Jorginho, Cheney. Maybe will be Reece Nelson, and maybe Gabriel Jesus as well, because I think Gabriel Jesus is gonna start. I think that is a boost for us, isn't it? If Gabriel Jesus starts, because he's the top, you can see he can change the game in a flash. And he had 15, 20 minutes in the last match. I think Arteta will be tempted to give him 90 minutes, or maybe at least 60, 70 minutes. And then we can bring on someone like Trossard in the final 30 minutes. I think Gabriel Jesus is going to start. So yeah, I believe actually that we're going to win. I think we're going to go through to the final round of. We're going to go to the quarterfinal. I think, yeah, quarterfinal of the Europa League.
Yeah, let's hope we can get the job done. Here, we know how strong we are at home. Got a great record this season, and confident we can beat them and move into the next stage. Let's talk about our game of the weekend. It's Crystal Palace at home. As I was saying to you earlier, they played well against City. I thought they were quite unlucky to lose that game. On their day, they are a very good team, led by our former player, Patrick Vieira. And looking at their season overall, their result very inconsistent. But I've seen some of their games. I saw their game against Liverpool as well. They got a 0-0 draw in that one. They looked decent. So it's gonna be a hard game, hard team to break down. It's a London derby. What's your thoughts?
I think Crystal Palace have been a bogey team for us in the last couple of seasons. I think we drew 2-2 last season. I think we were beaten, I think 3-2 by Crystal Palace, in the Unai Emery era, I think, if I remember it correctly. We got battered at Sellers Park, last season 3-0. You can see if you can remember that 3-game losing streak that we had. They will be very tough, to be honest. Yeah, I think Patrick Vieira, they're not getting results. I think they've been a bit unlucky this season. The way they have played, I don't think they've got the results properly. They're superb defensively. They've lacked their goal scoring edge. They lack a bit, but they're defensively they're superb, and they're gonna play the same low block, you know, tactics or strategy that all the teams have been playing so far at the Emirates. It's going to be a difficult game. But I think Patrick Vieira, given Patrick Vieira is at the helm there, I'll be hoping that, it's actually a silly thing to say, but I'll be hoping that he's going to tell his players that go on a bit easy, match. No need to put that much tackles or something like that, because but, all jokes apart, they're a top team, and I think it will be a difficult game, It will be more difficult, as it was like against Bournemouth or something, because Crystal Palace is superb defensively, if I remember, and it will be a difficult game. I do still believe that we're going to get 3 points. I think the quality that we have the potential to get 3 points, but it won't be a cakewalk at all. It won't be a cakewalk.
Expecting, like you say, they're going to be fighting hard. They're in the relegation battle still, so they're
Yeah,
going to be desperate to try and at least worst case get a draw. So as you say, see them sitting back. We've seen so many teams do that against us with that low block, sitting deep. But hopefully we can get that early goal and make it a comfortable game for us. Then, what's your correct score prediction?
I'm gonna go with 2-0. I'm gonna go with 2-0.
Okay, so this weekend, Man City would normally be playing West Ham, but because West Ham are
Yeah,
involved in the FA
FA
Cup,
Cup.
yeah, that game's been postponed. So it's also a great chance for us to go 8 points clear. All right, they'll have a game in hand, but there's no guarantees they're going to beat West Ham in that game in hand. And just psychologically as well, to have that 8 point lead again is huge for us.
I think it will be monumental if we get the victory against Crystal Palace, because then that it will be together the lead will be 8 points, so that puts the pressure, because had they been playing against West Ham, they would have played the game first, so they would have had the chance to close it, get down to 2 points. As they are not playing, and if we win against Crystal Palace, the next league game will be against Liverpool at Etihad. So 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 that's gonna put pressure, man. That won't be an easy game. I think they'll have to think that we have to win, and that's never that and something that we great for us. I think actually that we get 3 points against Crystal Palace, and that will put the pressure right back on City.
Yeah, their next game is Liverpool at home after the international break, so that is a difficult game for them as well. We got Leeds the same day at home, so yeah, with the international break coming up as well, for us to go into that with an 8 point lead, just psychologically be great for us, but it would also put a lot of pressure on them going into that Liverpool game. So it's really vital we get these 3 points against Crystal Palace this week. It's always vital. Every game we know now is vital. We're into that running stage. It's only 11 games to go. So to finish with, I'll ask you for some predictions. So in terms of Premier League, our main rivals, our only rivals, which is great to say, because Man United have just faded away as we thought. Some of them were thinking they're going to get in the title race, but they're miles behind us now after the
I
last
think
couple.
I think I think only they were thinking, and probably Gary Neville. I think Gary Neville and some deluded Manchester United supporters. Most of them are deluded, but around them and Gary Neville, I think apart from them, I don't think anyone was seeing United as being a title contender this season. Yeah, they have done well. There's no doubt that they have done well under Eric Ten Hag, but they have not been any way near than in the way that we have played or City have played this season. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to ask you a question in a minute about some of the points gaps between us and the teams below us. It's amazing. But before we do that, let's just do a couple of predictions then. So a lot of the games this weekend have been postponed for the FA Cup in Premier League. So I'd say looking at the fixtures, one of the bigger games in the Premier League this weekend is Chelsea versus Everton. Prediction on that one?
I think Chelsea gonna win it. I think Chelsea gonna win 2-0, 2-0, 2-0 to Chelsea.
Okay, and then let's move on to the FA Cup then. So some of the ties in that, I'll ask you for predictions for Man City have got Burnley.
I think Vincent Company coming back to City. I think so. I'm gonna still expect City to win, maybe 2-0, 3-0. I don't know.
Okay,
2-0 to City
okay, and Man United have got Fulham.
at home at Old Trafford.
Yeah.
Then 2-1 to United.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you that question now about the points gaps that we have to some of the teams below us. Because when you see it on paper, it's amazing to see such a lead that we have over our rivals, teams that we were competing with for the top four last season. And you look at the points gap we have to them now, it is amazing. We just stepped it up to another level, and some of these teams are just falling way behind. So 29 points ahead of Chelsea,
Chelsea, yeah.
24 points ahead of Liverpool,
Liverpool,
18 points ahead
18.
of Tottenham,
Tottenham,
16 points
16
ahead
of
of Man United,
United.
right? And we know it's
Yeah,
5 points to City, right? But that gap to some of the rest of these teams is huge.
yeah, absolutely. It's been that kind of season, man. It's been something sudden. There's a thing called a bolt from the blue. It's been a sudden great dream out of the blue for us, to have this kind of season, and we can't squander it at the moment. That is the biggest thing because all the jokes that we have heard that elephant is on the tree is gonna fall. The elephant is still on the tree, my man, and it can't afford to fall. We can't afford to fall down at this very moment. We'll have to hang on till the end of the season, and I hope by hook or crook we're gonna get it because if we get it, it will be monumental, my friend. You can ask any Arsenal supporter around the globe. I know you guys live in London. You have far more, far proximal connection with Arsenal because you go to games, you get to watch the players. We don't get to watch that, but as I've said repeatedly, we all are Arsenal. We have all the same love for Arsenal as you all guys do have. We watch it every week in, a week out. Our moods, our life, our everything is controlled by Arsenal. Everything, man. If we lose, our moods get down. We feel blue. If we win, we get ecstatic. And the next day at the office, the next day at the colleges, you could see a different version of us. So I hope that we get it because I really pray that we get it because this will be huge for us. This is going to be, and if we win the league, I think this is going to be the new chapter, the new dawn of Arsenal, and we can't afford to lose from here at this moment. And I really pray that we're gonna do it, and I hope we're gonna do it.
Yeah, bro. Let's hope so. Exciting times, special times for us. Looking forward to the remainder of the season, and I look forward to seeing you on next week's show to discuss
Sure,
a few more victories, hopefully, against Sporting Lisbon,
absolutely.
Crystal Palace. Thanks for your time,
Yeah.
bro.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. Hopefully, come on, you gunners.
How about Arsenal? So that's all from us. Thanks for watching, everyone. Please remember to subscribe, like, and share.